Can you hear me? Oh, shoot.
I
Oh,
can hear you. Hold on.
okay. How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on.
So,
Hold on.
uh,
Let me try to hook these back up. All right. I think I got you now. Okay. So,
okay.
all right. So you say men see
So,
women as less than.
yeah, I can only speak from my last relationship.
Okay.
So, I can't speak my thing. But at a point, he seemed to only prefer women in his space if we were having sex or like I was helping him take care of his kids, but any other time he seemed like he just hated women, like he didn't see them as an asset. So and I see all the other coaches or people, mentors speaking, but they don't touch on that too much. Like, and I feel like it's a certain subset of men who just only see women as sexual or to raise their kids and nothing more. So how are your
Okay.
feelings on that?
I think a lot of those dudes probably been damaged, been hurt some type of way, be it, I really don't know in what, but if you said it seemed like he hated women outside of sex and just having
Yes.
kids with, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a
Mm,
strong word. And a person like that probably needs some therapy or something like that. But
yeah.
um, a lot of women only see men as wallets.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So you
yeah,
got it on both sides. Because
you got it on
nowadays,
both sides.
yeah, nowadays the big thing is, women will say, "Hey, flirt with me through my cash app. You ain't sent me nothing for this. If I tell you I'm going to get my nails done, you should pay for it. And if he don't pay for it, then he's not worth even talking to, right?
That's
Because
wild.
provision, money is so important to women, and
Mm,
sex is so important to men. So you got them
yeah.
on both sides where you got those types of people like that. And
That's what people like that. Yeah.
yeah. So
But that's
just
why I
like
say I feel
women,
like mine was a special case. Like I feel like he didn't want to be in a woman's presence unless you were helping take care of his kids or he was so I was like,
doing his thing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's kind of like the same. Like I said, it's the same thing on the other side.
I'm
And
saying,
I tell men like that, like don't even be bothered with a woman that thinks like that. Like you have
mm,
to pay something in order for her to even entertain you, right? I tell men to leave them type of chicks
yeah,
alone. So I tell women the same thing.
leave
If
him
this man,
alone.
yeah, like
So
if he just he don't wanna have a conversation with you. He don't want to go out and really spend no quality time with you. He don't, you know what I'm saying? Have those
so yeah,
qualities and different things that a man should have. Get rid of that fool. This is stuff
get
that
rid of
you
it
should be able to pick up on though early on before you even
early
get to
on.
making him your man. You know what I'm
Early
saying?
on. It's
A
about
dude
catching it
that,
early.
yeah, a man that just wants to have sex with you and wants you to bear his children, whatever, and he hates your words, hates being around you any other time other than having sex, you'll be able to tell that early on. It
Early
don't take
on
2 or 3 years or 2 or 3 kids to figure out that he don't
to
really
realize it.
care for you all that much. Just like
Yeah,
just like it don't take all that long for a man to figure out that a woman is just there
it's just
for his
using
money.
him.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
don't take long now.
Don't
So
take
when
long.
you spend all this time in those types of relationships for years, and then
Hmm.
at the end, 3, 4 years down the line, now you're like, hey, what's wrong with this person? No, 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 no. What's wrong with you
Cause
for
they've been
staying
showing
there for
you.
so
They've
long?
been showing
That's
you.
what I'm saying. How long did you talk to him?
We was in a relationship about 5 years.
5 years. You talk to a man that didn't really like women, how many kids you got?
Zero
By
by
him.
him. He
Okay.
had six because he had six, and I was like, I refuse. So yeah, that's why it took so long for me to because I was letting him do him and figure it out, and I wasn't really pressed. So, but at the end, I'm like,
Six
you
kids.
really just want somebody to raise your kids. You
Keep
really just
talking. I
want
gotta go get my
somebody to
food.
hump on.
I gotta go get my
Yeah.
food. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta go get my food. But go ahead. Keep talking. But
But
six
yeah,
kids.
it took it because when I met him, he was in a polyamorous, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then then we just, it was just years go by. It was like the French, it was messy. It was just messy. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest, it was just messy.
So
And
you. So are you in that lifestyle?
no, and that's
So why
that's
would you
what's so
talk to a
confusing to
man in a
me.
lifestyle?
That was so confusing to me. I was like, why did you go on knowing that that's not what I wanted, and you knew I was
Wait,
never
wait,
going
wait,
to
wait, wait,
convert to
wait,
your
wait, wait,
lifestyle?
wait, wait, wait. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I got to look you in your face for this.
I need to
All
write a
right.
book.
No, you don't need no book. You know what
Shit.
I'm saying? How in the world do you get with a man who you know is in a poly lifestyle?
He was with both his baby moms. Yeah, but
Okay, hold on,
but I knew him.
hold
He was
on,
a friend.
calm down, calm down. How do you get with a man who you know
Mhm.
is in a poly relationship with both his two baby mamas, and then you get with him and then say, yeah, but he told me this and he made me do this. It ain't him, it's you. It's
Yeah, that's all I
you.
said.
You
Something's wrong with
decided to
me.
talk. You decided to talk to this man that was in a poly relationship already that has six
That's-
kids. He
Hmm.
didn't lie to you about that, right? He didn't lie.
No, no, he
Exactly.
didn't.
Exactly. Women love hoes. I keep telling y'all this. And but you blaming him. You're blaming him.
No, no,
You
I'm blaming him
for what?
for the just not just letting it go. Like my
Letting
whole
what
thing
go?
was when I joined, like the men who just won't let it go.
Let what go?
Like after if it don't work to his dividends and my dividends, like what's the reason?
Why did you get into that relationship in the first place with a dude that was already had two women, told you he was
Mm.
poly? Why did you get in
Because he
that
was
relationship?
familiar. He was a friend. He was a classmate that was familiar, and it just I don't know.
So
It
what's
just
going
he was
on with you? So, and then stay with him for 5 years.
yeah. And before I met him, I was celibate for three. Because I had just gave up on the whole relationship situation, and I was celibate. So like my whole situation is insane.
So you were
Like I
celibate for
was
3 years. Then you got with a dude that had two women
that was
already.
my classmate, and then we spent 8 hours on the river, and he told me his whole poly situation, and I told him, well, I'm celibate, and I'm just celibate, and
Yeah, but
then
you said, but this is what I'm saying. You just said a
yeah.
little while ago why he
Mm,
just didn't, or why he did this and he knew that I didn't like that lifestyle.
yeah.
How would he know, or how in the world you didn't like the lifestyle, but you chose to be with him when he told you he was poly?
That I guess he lied in that situation.
You said he didn't.
Like
You said he told you he was poly
no,
and
he
had two.
told me that he was with them, but when he got with me, he told me he was letting it go, just like the guy who said, "I'm divorcing her," and then yeah, I'm just saying, SD. I know it sounds crazy, like I said, my story is the same, but I'm fresh off the boat. I'm like, well, at least he told me. So
This don't make no sense.
women fall for that,
This don't make
but
no
at least I
sense.
ain't have no kids.
At
I
least
ain't
you
have
didn't
no
have no
kids,
kids.
but
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 36. So I
36.
met him when
Okay,
I
so
was 31.
31. You wasted 5 prime years with a man who you knew was in a poly relationship already. You knew you didn't want to be involved in no poly relationship, and you stayed for 5 years, sweetheart. That is
Mm,
100% on you. It ain't got nothing to do with him
mm,
because he told you he was in a poly relationship. You decided
yeah.
to continue to talk to him and stay with him for
Mm.
5 years, and
And
he had
especially
six
after he
kids.
cheated the first time, it was on me
Cheated.
because I should have just
He
let it go.
cheated. Cheated.
Yeah, I
He
should have
had
let it go.
he he cheated on them. He didn't cheat on you. You came into his situation when he had 2 women already, and you
Hmm.
knew about it. That ain't cheating.
Yeah.
You knew about him having other
No,
chicks.
but he had let them go and moved in with me and then cheated on me. But yeah, I should have seen all it coming. Like I'm out of it, so I'm not in it. So now I know the hindsight. So all this is just funny conversation to me. But it's just yeah,
No,
it
but
was
this
crazy.
here's what I'm saying. Like, when a lot of women get their feelings involved with a dude and be
Mm.
liking a guy, a lot of times this is why I say a lot of these men out here don't have to lie to women anymore.
They
Y'all don't
don't.
lie. Hold
They,
on. Hold
yeah,
on.
that
These
you gonna lie to
these men,
yourself.
hold on. Hold on. These men don't have to lie to y'all no more. You gonna get in your feelings about them, and you're gonna lie to yourself just to be with him. He told you he was in a poly relationship. He told you
Hmm.
he had 2 other women. You still
Yep.
decided to be with him. And here you
Yep.
are today saying he knew I didn't want to be in that relationship, sweetheart. You knew too. That's
Hmm.
your decision not to go and be with this man for 5 years in that relationship. Not his for
Yeah.
you. You make your own
Yeah.
decisions. And he
Hmm.
has 6 kids. How old is he?
He's my age. We're both 36.
31
Like
years
we
old.
was in the
6 kids.
same fifth grade class together. We was in fifth grade
How
together.
how old is his kids? How old is his youngest?
His sixth kid,
How old is his youngest kid?
six. She was born when we first
He had that
met.
when y'all first met. This fool had a newborn, 6 kids, in
Yeah.
a poly relationship with 2 other women, and you stayed with him for 5 years and got the nerve to come over here talking about he knew I didn't want to be in that. Cut it out. Come on now. Come on.
So, but I want that. I
Okay.
want that other side though. Like I want that other side. Like,
What
what is the
other side?
motivation? Pussy is pussy the motivation for him to stay? Like, what's the motivation for him to do that?
Forget him. Forget
I know
him.
me. Like I said, I've
He
been
was honest.
healing and stuff. I know my whole, like I said, I'm
Cool.
out of it. So the whole
Cool.
situation is, but
Cool.
I asked you because you're a man. I want a man's, like, which, and you had a whole phase. What was you in your
Of
whole
course
phase
it's
during this
sex.
situation?
Of course it's sex. But he
Okay.
told you. That's it. That's the motivating factor. But that's not what's important for you. Forget him and why a whole phase man kept 2 women and got with you and got a third and kept cheating and having sex and all this. Forget that. He's a hoe. He likes sex. That's what it is. And he's selfish.
Yeah.
But the deeper issue is why you
Yeah.
got into it and why you allowed it for 5 years. Why you
Right.
ignored him having 5 other kids or 6 kids and a
Mhm.
newborn. Why you
Yeah.
ignored him having 2 other girlfriends and being in a poly relationship when you knew you didn't want to be in a poly relationship.
Right. Yeah. I do
So
that. Yeah.
what have you came up with as to why you allowed that?
As to why I dealt with that shit.
Yes.
I guess it was just that I was just single for so long and the familiarity, like I knew him. Because if a nigga that I didn't know came to me and told me that, I was like, yeah, keep on. I'm gonna continue on my celibate journey. But I just felt like, and I don't want to. I want to bring the N word into this, the nar word, but I don't want to turn it into that because that's my own journey with him. But I felt like that played a key role into how I was duped.
You wasn't duped, sweetheart. You duped yourself. Stop saying you were
SD.
duped. Stop because you knew from the beginning his lifestyle. You knew he was in a poly lifestyle. You
But I
knew
feel
he
like
was.
that was a
Hold on.
tactic.
No, 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 no. You
I
knew
feel like
he
that was a
had
tactic,
six.
SD.
You knew he had 6 kids from the beginning. You knew he had a newborn from the beginning. You knew he was in a poly relationship, and you knew you didn't want one. Right? Is all that correct? Yes or no? Is all that
Yeah, I
correct? Yes
did.
or no? Okay. So everything I just said is correct.
Yes.
Okay. Who has to take responsibility for that? Him or you? Because you knew.
Me?
He didn't dupe you and get you in your feelings first and then say, hey, I'm in a
No.
poly relationship.
No. But he did when he started to lie and the bullshit. Cause like, why tell the truth and then turn around 3 days later and lie?
It's on. It just beeps.
Yeah, and then why and then lie? Like, why
About what?
start and then
Lie
lie?
about what?
Like lie about the whole situation.
Sweetheart, it don't matter. You put yourself in that situation. You put yourself there. You need to forget that. You trying to figure out the wrong thing. You trying to figure out why he did this, why he did that. You need to be trying to figure out.
Burning my food. SD burning my food having this conversation. No, it just
Oh my god.
yeah.
You need
I
to be
feel
trying
you.
to. You need to be trying to figure out what your issues is.
Yeah.
His don't even matter at
My
this point.
issue is probably just um rushing into a situation that I had no business being in
Okay.
and
Okay.
coming through that shit.
Okay. What
But
about?
yeah, I don't want to hold you. I want you to get to other people, but I really appreciate this because
Ah,
I just wanted a male's point of view. Because like I know me, I'm a woman. I've been a woman for 36 years, but I just wanted like what was the reason for that?
don't even matter,
But
man.
I
Man,
feel
when
like
a whole phase
but I
man,
always knew that it was on me too, because it's always
listen.
50-50 in a
Let me
relationship.
let me tell you this. When a whole phase man is doing whatever he got to do to get sex,
Yeah,
telling you the truth, whatever the case, and he's doing this with all these multiple women, sweetheart. It's only the sex that's the motivation.
it's only sex. So it
It's
was,
the sex that's the
yeah,
motivation.
it's the
That's
sex
it.
that's the motivation.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
your issues ain't that. You rushing and you got to learn how to keep control of your feelings so that you don't put
Mm-hmm.
yourself in a position like that again. You have to learn how to keep control of your feelings because
Mm-hmm.
you 36. You had 5 prime years right there, 31 to 30, 36,
Yeah.
that you gave away to a dude who you knew wasn't about nothing.
Oh, and don't count the ones before that. So yes.
Yeah, but
But
do
my
you?
yeah.
And what type of guy is it that you want? Do you know what type of guy it is you want?
I'm a homebody and a country girl. So I just want a homebody country dude. That's all I want. And coincidentally I haven't dated that type yet.
Why
So
not?
now I know that's what I need to date.
The homebody kind of a little lame type, like a Russell Wilson type of guy.
No, just no, not necessarily that. I live in the deep country, so I just
Okay,
want a guy who can hunt and skin a deer, and I can have me a garden, and and he watched football, and he the coach on the little league. Like that's what I want. So now I know that, but I haven't dated that yet. So it just comes
you
with
30.
learning.
Uh huh. Well, you've been dating a bunch of bad boys then, right? Like most women. Like most women. Like I say,
Yeah.
y'all don't.
But but
Most of
but
you guys
no,
don't
not
really like the
necessarily.
good guy.
My child's father wasn't a bad boy. My child's father, my child is 16, and he was an accountant in college when I met him, and now
Why you
he's a
ain't with him?
sergeant of the police.
Why you ain't with him?
So, like, I dated both. I've dated the square
Why
sergeant
you
of the
ain't with him?
police, because he was abusive, and I didn't want my child to grow up seeing that.
That's a good
Yeah,
reason. That's a good reason
yeah.
not
But
to be with him.
I dated both. I dated the squares and I dated the bad boys, but now I want my hunter.
You want a square hunter now.
I want my square hunter.
Well, hey,
But thank you,
I hope you get him.
SD.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. But you help these other people. You keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Later.